Hello, and welcome to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics. Oh my goodness, what's going on, Eve? I've got your background here. Oh no, oops. All right. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulties there. So welcome to our Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine cover girl spotlight today with Eve Gómez. This woman is absolutely magnificent. We have a little bit of history here. We actually met in the Signature Entrepreneur and Mastermind group, and just loved her energy. She just recently joined the Own It Publishing team with us, and that is why we are taking center stage here on the Own It platform as well as the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics platform. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Eve in and just tell you a little bit about Eve. Hello. Good morning, Eve. How are you? Oh, we don't have sound on you, Eve. No sound. We got a little technical stuff going on this morning. Uh-oh.
Testing your speakers on StreamYard.
Oh, I hear your music.
Have a great show.
I can hear the music saying, testing your music on StreamYard. I can't hear you. No. It's good I can read lips. No. I'm not sure. Oh, no. Nothing. Now I hear the music again saying that you're testing your StreamYard. No. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read Eve's bio while Eve is testing out her speakers. So, with a passion for business and community, Eve Gómez is a successful business leader. She's a media personality, motivational speaker, author, and an advocate for youth and social and a social advocate. She is owner of EG Spanish Interpreting Consulting LLC, which provides Spanish translations and interpretation services in company policy trainings, courtroom hearings, trials, and lawsuits. We have also utilized Eve's expertise in being able to translate Phoenix Fitness Fanatics into Spanish. So we're going to be able to actually hit the Spanish market here at the beginning of the year.
Yes,
so we're so excited to be working with Eve in that capacity as well. And yes, I hear you, Eve. Hello.
Hey, we are in business now. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
I don't know about you, but I'm all fired up.
Yes, I think whenever we do have technical difficulties and things, you got to just get fired up and work through it, right? You can't get frustrated. You can't shut down. Just work it out.
No, and you know what? And that just goes to show you that in the end, it all works out. So why are you stressing, huffing and puffing, giving no time to that?
That's right. Ain't no time for that. That's right.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Oh my goodness. I'm just so excited. I've been so excited for this, Eve, and just working with you and, just getting to know you as well. You are also, part of the Girl Powerhouse Network, which is the women's, mastermind group that I facilitate and moderate as well. So thank you so much for being just a part of just so many parts of my life, okay? Because you just put a smile on my face. So let's just go ahead and get on into it. So Tell
Vamos, vamos.
Yes, yes. So tell me, why do you consider yourself a community leader? What's going on in the communities? What are you doing out there in the communities there? And you're in Chicago, right?
I'm in the Chicagoland area, Indiana, Chicago. I'm like 30 minutes from Chicago, so I consider that to be Chicagoland area, right? But I'm worldwide. And because I give my heart out to the world. And once again, thank you for having me on this beautiful platform, on this show. And congratulations on all that you do as well. We got to celebrate each other. So I'm celebrating you, sis. You're doing amazing things out there in California. Shout out to my Californians too. Yeah. I hope my sound is going through clearly so that you can hear when I'm talking to your heart. And that's something that I have done for many years as a community leader, liaison, advocate, mentor. I'll just tell you real quick, starting from Mexico. Buenos días, ¿cómo están todos ustedes? Spanish happens to be my first language. English is my second. So I came into GI, Gary, Indiana, where the Jacksons were born and raised, and not far, actually about 10 minutes away. I saw that there was a need, and my heart has always been out there to help someone else. Being that I speak Spanish, there was a lot of people in need of being interpreted for, right? So I did that as a child for my family, right? Mm-hmm. So that led just from that, always looking to see who's in need. If I'm at a doctor's office for my family members, and there's someone struggling, try to talk to someone at the front desk. Here comes EVE, come to the rescue. And it wasn't really to let me come to the rescue. No, let me not have this person struggle so much in trying to communicate. Let me be that voice for them. So that's how it all started. I was in high school and I was doing it. I worked at a night school where the parents were there to learned English as a second language, but I was tutoring their children. And here I am in high school, and I'm tutoring their kids in the evening while they were learning English as a second language. And I started out very young. And, I will tell you real quick a short story. I think this was pre-kindergarten. I must have been 4 or 5 years old. It had to have been under 7. There's a picture. I don't know where that picture ended up at, but I was the flag girl spearheading the parade. And I'm in kindergarten or pre-kindergarten. And I'm in the front with the flag. And my mom had such a proud moment seeing that her daughter was holding this flag, starting off with the parade, right? Mm-hmm. And just going back, it's like saying, wow, I've actually been that leader, not knowingly. Because I've taken that baton and run with it. In that day, I took the flag and ran with it, right? and here I am, this little girl coming to Gary, Indiana, not knowing anything, not knowing the language, the culture, the currency. The homes were all weird and different. We had roofs and nothing open. And in Mexico, we had a huge open patio where if you weren't in your bedroom, the kitchen, or living room, you're in the patio. If it's raining, you get wet. Mm-hmm. We had no furnace. We had no water heater. We didn't even have, we had a commode in the backyard. We didn't even have a bathroom, right? And so coming from that to being the person that I am today has really touched my heart and being there for somebody else, no matter what. And I've served in several organizations in the last 30 years, being a grassroots leader, being that activist, that one that marched, that protested. That was me. That was me, and never making it about, well, what do I need? No, what does someone else need? Let me go and be that voice and talk to these leaders and talk to the legislators. And some don't want to talk to me because I'm too real. And real talk, EVE, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so I think I did a long-winded answer to your question as to why, how, and why do I consider myself.
No, but I love it. You do just so much. I mean, and we've talked, before when you're out at, some of the vaccine places and you're having, doing even some of the, interpretations and stuff like that for people out there. And I love what you do, so just thank you for what you do. Now, I know you're very big in your church as well. Yeah. I just recently saw that, they gave you a mention just recently. So I want to congratulate you on that as well. Yes.
Thank you. And, I'll just share this, and I say this humbly, to say that while they are honoring me. So now they're going to know what I do out in the community other than me inside the church being the elder, worshiping, leading, and praying, anointing people. And spearheading also the radio station we have in the church. So I'm the radio personality there as well, to continue to share the message, share the gospel, but also to make sure that people can hear the service on the radio, right? But when they put that in the big old screens, I'm saying to myself, now they're going to know other things that I'm doing in the community that they may not have known, which is okay. It doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing, right? But now they know a little more of what this vessel that God is using to do.
Right. Yeah. And which is a lot of amazing things. So, we mentioned that you are a business leader as well. So, what makes you a business leader? What are you doing out there in businesses?
Well, of course, I started my own interpreting company. I have a few interpreters that work with me, and also to translate. I have people on my team that help translate because I can't do it all and be in different places at the same time. So I'm blessed to have some people on my team that help that. But one thing that I've noticed in me starting since I was on social media since 2009 is marketing and branding. As you know, how I got to meet you was actually in a team of leaders, right, of business entrepreneurs, and that signature entrepreneurs of business mindset, minds, that masterminds, right? And kudos and shout out to you guys as well. Miss you. So that's how I got to meet you, right? So thank goodness for that. And in leading the way in businesses and having things translated in the language that others can read or hear and understand, right? And businesses need that. So in the community, I am one business that partners with others so that the language is being spoken, so that the material is being read in the language that they understand. Obviously, in my area, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking communities out here, as well as in yours in California, right? So people do reach out to me for me to connect them into the Latino community, the Latino market. If you're offering a great service, but you're not touching an untapped market, you must be missing something and someone that speaks their language. And that's something that I consult other businesses in having that. If you want to get into the Latino community, which is a huge untapped market, then you need to look like them, speak like them, and be able to have something to offer them in their language. And as an advocate down with government agencies, I'm always looking to see, do you have this in Spanish? Do you have this in another language? Well, you're not really user-friendly on your website because I have searched and I can read English. I have searched all over the website to see where it says languages, translation, something. So that lets me know you're missing out on a huge market that you need us. So you need to speak our language, right? And so I'm going to be vocal about it. I have a big mouth in a good way. I'm going to be that advocate and say, hey, hello, you're missing something here. We're paying taxes. We're buying your service or product. We need your resources, but you're not speaking a language. So can you do that for us, right? And that's something that I do that I don't publicly put out there because I'm in some meetings or dealing with agencies, and then they'll contact me. Eve, this needs to be translated ASAP. Sure, we'll get it done. And so I thank them for actually opening that door and saying, we do see the need, and I'm sorry. I do get people from government agencies downstate in Indianapolis to say, and I will say this in quote, I apologize. You're right. We should have it. Well, thank you for pointing it out. And somebody has to be that voice and be bold about it. And that, I am thankful that God chose me to be one of them, right? And so that's how I consider myself to be a business leader. And I have branded myself in being consistent and being persistent about things on all social media platforms. You got to continue to do it. It's just not one time a week. If you want your business to grow, if you need to be branded in order for people to recognize you, it's work.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you mentioned, that you need to speak the language and things like that. I know you, I recently saw that you are going to be offering a conversational Spanish online class, and I am so excited because I am definitely going to be in there.
Yes, so please
talk about that, please. Yes, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to register. Yes.
Yes, awesome. So we're supposed to kick it off this week, but I want to make sure that we have enough participation because I put the students in the environment where they are forced to speak the language. Otherwise, how are you going to learn it faster?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like kids at home, if they don't speak Spanish and their parents speak Spanish, how are they going to learn it?
Yeah.
People are saying, well, you're going to confuse them. No, you don't confuse them. You're actually adding an extra language to their brain and they don't get confused. Even us as adults, we don't get confused. We just say that to ourselves. And conversational Spanish, you learn it faster because I see the need. Therefore, I will fill the need. I actually taught it in my church for about a year and a half. And these were entrepreneurs who were in my class wanting to learn it. And now they're coming back to take the class because you don't just learn it in 1 year and say I've mastered it. No, you got to continue. If you don't use it, you lose it. But I encourage people to actually put themselves in the environment that they want to learn that language from, as in Spanish. Go into a Spanish speaking community.
Mm-hmm.
Go into a Mexican or Puerto Rican restaurant or grocery store and start talking the language. Start hearing it and know, oh, how do you say this in Spanish? Okay, this is tomato. Now I say jitomate. Oh, how do I say this in Spanish? It's a lettuce. It's a lechuga. And that's how you're learning. Other than going to school and taking that class, it takes you a lot longer for you to learn it.
Yeah, I told you about that class. Okay, I tried to take that class twice in high school and failed it. So I definitely appreciate what you're offering, and I will be registering because I have to take that. So all you entrepreneurs out there as well, I definitely recommend you jump into what Eve has going on with this conversational Spanish class, because it is an untouched market out there.
Sure.
And you want to be able to definitely, touch as many people as you can in your business. And this is going to definitely help you to up level your business as well. So thank you.
For sure. Definitely. Yes. And the good thing about this is that the class is virtual, so it can touch anybody around the country. Thank goodness for Zoom, right? We're zooming in and zooming out every day. Speaking of Zoom, do you remember that show, Zoom? Kids, come on and zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. So that's what everybody's doing now. Zoom, zoom. Come on. So we're actually, bringing it out through Zoom. And therefore, if you are in another state, want to learn it. If you're in another country, you want to learn it. How do you find me? Just Google me, Eve Gómez, and you can connect with me in every which way.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to you guys joining this class.
I think it's going to be awesome. I definitely have to learn it. So, and I've already learned a little bit just from listening to you when you do like your quicker picker uppers, because I listen, because when Eve goes out there and she broadcasts, she does it in both English and Spanish. It's just magnificent, y'all. Like, you hear her say it, and then I'm listening. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what that word, so I love it. I just love it. So tell us about your radio show, Real Talk with EVE.
Well, actually, there's several platforms. I've been a radio personality for 11 years now on a bilingual talk show, the only talk show of its kind in the region, the Chicagoland in Indiana area. And so we bring from information to empowerment, music, entertainment. We inform you, we educate you en inglés y en español. Es el único programa bilingüe que tenemos aquí. So it's been 11 years. We just celebrated 11 years on October 30th. So since 2010, I've had a voice on the radio platform. You can call me, what do I call it? Mother of radio, because my name is Eve from Genesis on the Bible, right? The mother. So mother of radio, and I love for God to continue to use my voice because I do voiceovers, commercials as well, English and in Spanish. And now the podcast that I have is Moments of Inspiration and Motivation with EVE. And these are just moments because I know that for such a time as this, many of you need that, right? And I call my Facebook Lives Quicker Picker Upper moment with some real talk with EVE, right? And previously I had my own radio show for 6 years, and it was It's All About You with EVE, Real Talk with EVE, and Sound Off with EVE. Those were the names that were changed under the same radio station, but it was still with EVE with me. And my name is Eve, but I use EVE as my surname, my celebrity name out there as an acronym because I'm always about excitement. That's the first E. V, because I'm always claiming victory, victorious, right? And E, I'm always full of energy. So I'm energized from the morning, the time I get up to the time I go to bed. And that's late at night, early in the morning. And people say, oh, that's the coffee. Not even. I think I've only drank maybe half a cup since 6 o'clock this morning. So
no, that's just naturally you know.
Yeah, right. So there's another podcast we're about to launch real soon. This is regarding our first responders, the face of a hero. So stay tuned for that. And God showed me that idea. He gave me that vision because of all that's happening in our community and the state, of all this violence, all this senseless killing and shooting. Right. And our blue getting hurt, but also our blue hurting others, right? So because of that, the Lord showed me that many people have lost respect and empathy for our blue. This show's not necessarily just about blue, but it started that way in my mind and in my heart. And God said this platform is for them so that people can give them the respect and the empathy that they so deserve because they're out here serving and protecting. Yes, we get someone that's trigger happy. It doesn't mean that everyone is like that. So in this platform, it's for us to hear their heart. How does it feel? Have you gone numb? How does it feel to have a father that's serving out there with a gun? Do you even sleep? Are you worried about him or her? If that's your parent. And so that platform is for our first responders, ER doctors, nurses, those that are out there first responding, right, on the highways, our fire department, our EMTs, anyone that's a first responder. So we are actually going to be interviewing real people, real talk about real issues that are happening so that it'll touch your heart, my heart, and hopefully it'll gain some more respect and empathy for them. Yeah. You know, with this pandemic, they've gone through so much and they risk so much. Yes, they know what they signed up for, but did they know that COVID was coming and many people dying left and right? No, they didn't know that. So that is going to be the latest that is going to take place. And so it's all about what do we have in us to help someone else.
Right. Yeah. And see, that just touched me because I am a daughter of a police officer. My father was a sheriff for 30 years.
Oh, so we need to interview you too.
Definitely. You know, I mean, I remember, you know, when we had those Rodney King riots out there and seeing, you know, some faces that I knew. I mean, I grew up in the sheriff's department. And knowing that my father was out there in those streets, you know, having my mother be, you know, just stressed out as well, like what's going to happen. So there's so much more than we see, you know, and I got a chance to see it firsthand with my father and with a lot of close friends of mine, you know, so I can't wait to hear from, you know, from some of these people out there and just really hear their stories.
Yeah. And grab your tissue, your box of tissue.
Oh, yeah.
It's not for us to feel sorry for them. No, in the Bible, we are not to feel sorry for anyone. We feel sorry with them. That's called empathy. Many people have lost that in the community. And so we're here to get it back. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Oh my goodness. So what inspired Eve Gómez to just reach back into your Latino community?
The lack of families not knowing, the lack of knowledge, the lack of education, the lack of resources. Me sitting on different school boards and in organizations that are Latino-based and non-Latino-based have shown me, and being in the courts as an interpreter have shown me the need. And because I am a willing and able-bodied vessel, if you will, why not? You know, people ask, why me? I'm saying, why not me? Right. And that has inspired me because I do mentor women that call me, that need guidance. And I see the need in families. I go into a courtroom, Tiffany, and to see a child, 12, 14 years old with handcuffs and shackles on, it's like, oh my God, help them, touch them. Put some wisdom in the families and the parents. And I pray that this judge gets touched. But more than anything, Lord, touch this child that is doing what he does not know what he's doing.
Right.
Many people say they know what they were doing. I'm going to take you to the Bible. And many people don't think about it. But I have to be here to remind you. If that was the case, why did Jesus at the cross say, Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do? Think about that. Ponder on that one. While I'm still here to make a difference and you're trying to figure things out, our kids need us, the community. So if there's a need, fill it. If you have something that touches your heart to do, do it. Don't look at what's in it for me. Look at it, what you can do to help somebody else. We'll take you back to legislation, to government. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Am I waiting for a stimulus check? No, I'm healthy. I can do something to make a difference and make a dollar if God wishes so to be. But don't look at what's in it for me. The money will follow.
Right. That's right. And stop letting people get in your head too. When you feel and you hear your purpose, you follow that purpose.
Yeah. Follow your passion.
There's going to always be people that are going to be trying to, come at you and tell you why you can't do it, why you shouldn't do it. But no, you got to follow your passion and your purpose because it's your passion and purpose. It's not theirs. This is your life. This is your story. So you have to really own that.
Exactly. And some people say, well, I don't know what my purpose is. Well, follow your passion. Your passion is what takes you to your purpose.
Right. What excites you? What gets you out of bed every day? And if you say nothing gets you out of bed every day, then I'm sorry. For one, you need to get into some prayer. And you need to start some meditation and really, really dig in deep into there because there's something there.
Yes, get in touch with yourself. As I always say, get with the program. Get a checkup from the neck up and smell the double dose of coffee because you have life, you have purpose. If that heart is beating, listen to that heartbeat. It tells you something. You have a purpose. There's something in you that is growing, that is bursting, waiting to get out. Birth it, and stop making it about you. And you'll realize, wow, it was amazing.
Right. Look, step out and do different things. That's what you have to do. Get outside of your box as well. Step outside of that comfort zone.
That's it.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's right.
That's what you want to do. That's exactly what you
need to be uncomfortable, people. Take it off. Come on. Get uncomfortable.
So we have you. What do you why do you consider yourself a public figure? Because I hear that a lot of times. I see a lot of different people out there, and I have to just wonder, when I'm looking at certain people, why do they consider themselves a public figure? So just asking, why do you consider yourself a public figure?
Well, you could say I considered it, but I didn't consider it at first. I was just doing my work publicly, and I'm not talking about bringing it to social media. Oh, look at me. Look at what I'm doing. No, I was doing it. I still am. And I'm doing it publicly. And being a radio personality, being that celebrity, local or not, I have to call it what it is. And I give God all the credit, not to me. It takes a lot of work, let me tell you. Yeah. It takes a lot of throwing spaghetti up. So some of it is to stick. But it takes consistency, persistency, and love for people. So I am that public figure. I am representing, and I so believe, unless call me out on it and tell me that it's not true what I'm saying, and I'm saying this with my heart in my mouth and in my hands, that I am that figure that's representing a Latino community. And I promise you, I will not underserve you. I will not underrepresent you. On the contrary, I'm here to represent a body that is so much in need of resources, of love, of respect. Our elderly need you, and so does our youth. And those two generations you are taking for granted. Those two generations need to come together to learn from history, learn from new technology, the new ways. Our kids, Gen Zs, our Gen Ys, our millennials, they're hungry for things too. But don't forget about the older generation, the seasoned, right? So I'm publicly out here putting it out there publicly. Some say you're a politician. I'm a public servant. I serve all day long publicly. People could see the hands of work, the hands of God putting work in my hands and say, do it. Be like Nike, just do it.
That's right.
I feel like preaching. I don't know, but it's that spirit. It's that, it's that energy. All right, excitement.
Right.
So you know what I want to do, Tiff? This is my habit. It's 30 minutes after the hour. I looked at my clock and I was about to say it's 30 minutes after the hour. How long is the interview? Of course, I haven't.
Like we just let it flow. Okay.
Vamos.
Oh goodness. So you have your magazine. Welcome again to the Gómez Publishing platform. Woo-hoo! Okay,
Yes, Marisa.
Yes,
Escuchando, if you're listening, my love to you.
Yay.
Tiffany, my love to you. You're that connector for that.
No,
I'm excited.
Excited to have you, and tell us a little bit about your magazine, which again is the newest magazine in our Own It publishing platform.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Well, Ethereal Lifestyle LLC was created in 2017, the end of 17. So it's almost going on 5 years, not quite there. And ethereal it's a Greek word, but a very deep meaning, right? Definition of ethereal. At first, when I heard it, that name was given, and I said, wow, I had to do my research under that word in order for me to say, yes, that is what I'll call it, ethereal lifestyle. And that is the lifestyle that I have been living day in and day out, not showing that I'm breaking. Doesn't mean I'm perfect, but while you're breaking, while you're falling, is what you do during that storm, is what helps you soar above that storm. You won't see me sweat the small stuff. See, I don't put it out there. If I'm crying, it's with God. I'm telling him, Lord, I feel like I'm falling right now. Catch me. And those are called 15 minutes of fame, because I don't let it linger all day. I don't have time for that. I got too much work to do. 15 minutes, if that. Lord, okay, I had my moment with you. I vented with you. I'm done. What do we have to do next? Okay. Ethereal is delicate and light in a way that seems too perfect for this world. Some people say, how could you be so positive? There's no such thing. Yes, there is. It's all up to you. Right. And I'm that life, that example. Heavenly, dainty. It's just an ethereal thing. And, you know, as far as an ethereal person is someone or something that is light, airy or heavenly, you know, a voice of a person who seems to whisper when talking. I know I have that voice. I've often been told by close friends, Eve, that voice, or people that are in a rut, they're being emotional and they're feeling devastated and they're feeling stressed out. All it takes, and this is them saying to me, this is quoting, your voice has suddenly just soothed me and calmed me down. Thank you.
That's a gift.
That's a gift. And I don't take that lightly. That God has given it to me for you, not even for me. And so ethereal came out of that. That is the lifestyle that I'm teaching others to have. I'm not saying you got to have $1 million to have this life. Not at all. Right. I don't look like what I've been through. I don't look like what I'm going through. And that lifestyle, I'm bringing it to you in the form of the magazine, in the form of virtual. And if you cross my path personally, you'll be touched with it, blessed with it, so that you know how to have that life of peace, of serenity. It is real, so real that you can touch it, see it, and breathe it.
I tell you, that is, it's just a gift to be able to stay in that positive, you know. I mean, I've learned, and I think I've learned by having myself in the presence of, you know, people like you, people like Marisa. And, you know, you have to sometimes, even though it may hurt, but sometimes you have to kind of shed some of those others, you know, those other people, you know, that are around you that may be bringing that negative or that stress or whatever that is. So once you do, if anybody out there listening, if you're struggling with trying to stay positive, look around, look at your environment. Yes. Look at what you are putting around you. Yes. Look at the people. A choice. Look at the people. Yes. Yeah. And make a choice to let it go so you can live a better life. So you can live that real life, right?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Keep love alive in your life. And it's a choice. I said this to my daughter a couple of days ago. When you finally made that choice that you've had enough of this pity party, there's enough of complaining, and it's talking to you, whoever's watching that needs to hear this. If you have had enough of it, because you're like, oh, I just need a break. Oh, nothing ever goes right. Oh, I'm so stressed out. You're doing that to yourself. You're speaking death over yourself. Why don't you just be still and know that I am God? Just zip it and just say, okay, I've had it. I'm done. Shake it off. I'm done. When you make that choice, see, it's up to you. It's not up to Marisa. It's not up to the audience. It's not up to Tiffany. It's not up to me. It's not up to anybody but you. God said, I give you that free will to choose. So choose wisely. That's right. Know that what the after effect is going to be. Is it going to help you? Is it going to hurt you? Is it hurting somebody else? Is it hurting you? Think about those things. We often react in a negative way. As I always say, it's not the action that matters, it's the reaction that does. How you react to the storm, how you react to that situation is a detrimental. It can either hurt you or not, but it's your choice. Know that you're the one in control. Many people allow others to control their emotions. Don't do that. But until you finally make that choice to say, I'm done with this, quit being that naysayer, that pity party person. Don't do that. I have no time for it. Neither should you. Time is so valuable that when you start knowing what your worth is, you'll stop allowing things to get to you, people to get to you, and stop being used and abused by who.
Amen.
Oh, you.
That's
Come on now.
That's right. That's right. Say it, sis. Say it. Okay.
I just got to keep it real. And I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to tell you what you need to hear. I'm here to, tell you what you want to hear, but I'm here to tell you what you truly need to hear. And I'm talking to your heart. And I hope that person, that woman that's been wanting to take that step, that leap, but yet you're allowing that man or that situation to hold you down, to be that heavy weight on you. Cut that cord.
Right.
Cut that. No mas, no more. That's Doesn't mean you hate them. That's your fault. You allowed it. When you stop allowing things to happen to you, my goodness, victory is won.
That's right. That's right. And see that's in relationships in so many different ways. When you look at a job, if you wake up every single day and you were just like, oh God, I gotta go back to this job. I don't even want to get up this morning. And you're just not in it. You need to leave that job. I understand if you've been there for 10 years or whatever, you need to leave that job. I believe I stuck in a job for many, many years, got stressed out in a job and would not have left the job, but I had health issues. God was like, oh, you know what? Since you're not going to listen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw some other stuff at you and I'm going to sit you down. And that opened my eyes. And that opened my eyes because I said, you know what? Even if I allow this job or anything else to stress me out to a point where I have a heart attack and I'm out of here, they're just going to go and they're going to find that Joe Schmo or Jane, whoever, to come and take my place. And they're going to stack that same amount of work on them. And they're just going to keep on pushing like nothing ever, like I never existed. So it's not worth it. You want to just make sure you are always waking up and you are jumping out of bed with joy. Like every time I wake up in the morning, especially when it's a day where I get to work out with my clients online, I'm like, dang, I get to go to work. I get to go to work. Okay. And it's so magnificent to feel that way. So if you don't feel that way, reevaluate your situation.
Yes.
In touch with yourself. You be cut out so you can live true to yourself and true to who you're supposed to be. Because you know what? We need you to be who you are, who you were made to be. We
Yes.
we all need that from each other.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. You know, you just have to know it. And if you don't know better, you won't do better. And I promise you that. So educate yourself, inform yourself. There's Google, there's YouTube, there's whatever out there. When in doubt, Google it, YouTube it. There's no more like, oh, I don't know where. Well, ask. Ask, and you shall receive.
People are afraid to open their mouth these days. They're so stuck in these and doing this instead of actually having a conversation, asking those questions and things. But you know what?
Yes.
To all my millennials and all my XYZs and everything else that's out there, I'm here for you because you know what? I am a little older. I may not look it, but but hey, I'm here.
I'm just seasoned. I don't know about the word.
I am
Old.
very seasoned. Thank you. Thank you. I'm seasoned. I've lived a lot of life and I am definitely here to help you out. So, you know, just live your passion and don't let anything steal your joy in anything.
That's right. That's right. And people ask me often, how do you do it? I just do it. Be like Nike. I mean, by the time you're trying to figure me out, I've already been there and back twice. And you know what? Life still continues. Life goes on. The heart is still beating. Then therefore, guess what? We got things to do.
That's
You
right.
know, don't invite me to your pity party. I won't even invite myself to my own pity party. And if I have a pity party, it's for 15 minutes, if that, with God. Not on social media. That's the problem many people do. And if you're going to use, like you said, stuck to this phone, I'm stuck to the phone because I'm reaching to the world. I'm reaching to the world. Yes, it can be time consuming, but what are you doing with it? Is it helping you? Is it hurting you? Are you hurting somebody else by throwing them under the bus because they hurt you? Don't do that. You're only hurting yourself even more. So pray for those people. Do good to those who wronged you. Come on. You got to love your enemy. It comes so natural to me. I don't know how to hate. I had a long-term relationship where I would have hated the person. I would have probably held some type of grudge or bitterness in my heart. I said, no, I'm in control. This is my heart. I love me. So I'm not going to allow that situation or that person put any bitterness in my heart, even towards that person. And if you hurt me, that's on you. I'm going to love you regardless. That's what we need. Genuine love, unconditional love.
It's exactly what we need.
Yes. And I'm here to give you lots of them. I love you, Tiff.
I love you too. So, Eve, what is next? What is next for Evie? I mean, because I know you got so much stuff going. So, what's next? What's the big thing that's coming up with you? Besides, we got the magazine. I need you to also speak a little bit about this speaking thing that you're going to be doing and where they can see you as well. So, welcome to that as well.
Well, there are certain things that I am doing, but will not be speaking on because it's not for me to put it out there. I'm just serving. You know, other people want to show it, speak it. That's on them, but I'm not here for that. But yes, and thanks to you as well, Tiff. Sean Fair, I've got to meet him, and we're speaking in Detroit or Troy, Michigan this Valentine's weekend coming up. So I get to speak to thousands and thousands more to their heart and inspire them and let them know how in control they can be of their own destiny, of their own lives. So stay tuned for that. And Ethereal Lifestyle LLC is working on several things that it's going to help nationwide and doing things nationwide for women of domestic violence or victims of domestic violence, because there's men as well. I won't knock them. There are women that can also be vicious, right? But that's coming up. But give me quick second while you give a little infomercial. Let me get my plug before this goes. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back after this.
All right. So if you want to see a little more on Eve as well, you want to be able to connect with Eve. Eve was actually our special edition October cover girl, as you can see in our background. She is just absolutely amazing in her work in the community, her work in her church, her work as just a business leader, a sister, as well as, you know, it's just part of our sisterhood. It's just really amazing when you have such positive, energy in your life like Eve. So I'm just so excited that we were able to bring her on today and have her share, what's going on with her. If you want to subscribe to the magazine, let me just go ahead and bring up our banner here.
Thank you for the shout out. Thank you. Just Google me, Eve Gómez. I say that humbly. It's taken a lot of work, 10 years of work to make sure that you can do that and connect with me. And I promise you that you will be lifted, motivated, and inspired and feel loved genuinely. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And I'm
Okay.
actually going to, I was looking for the
Awesome.
banner to put up here, but
And thank you all for joining this show. I'm usually the other way around. I'm usually the one interviewing, but the Lord is putting me on bigger platforms, and for whom much is given, much is required. Let me tell you, I may show that this is easy. It is not. It is work. It is work at the front and the back end and the side. It is work.
Yeah.
And,
but you do it gracefully, and I tell you, Eve, whenever we talk, you juggle so many things flawlessly. And I know a lot of times people say, you got to just focus on just that one thing. No, not necessarily. If you are able to, have that schedule and really just put it together, you're able to just pull out so many amazing things, just again, all the various things that you're doing in your community and everywhere. So I just thank you so much, Eve, for joining us today. And I thank you so much for joining our team as well, the family. I can't wait to work with you. I cannot wait to see at the beginning of the year, you all will be able to see Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine in Spanish.
Espanol.
And again, check out the conversational Spanish class that Eve has. Now, when is the next one going to be starting, Eve?
It's going to be starting as long as we get at least 5 people to join to start, conversation with each other. It was actually supposed to have launched this past Monday, but I extended it for an extra 2 weeks. I know we're going into the holidays, but when you're an entrepreneur and a business owner, we don't rest. We don't take off weeks, because if we don't do it, we don't get paid. And we have bills to pay, right? So that's one thing that I want to tell you, that if you're an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur or business, your mindset has to change to a 360 from a 9-to-5 mindset. You won't make it. Just keeping it real. You got to change that mindset. Go into mindset coaching, invest in yourself, spend money. You're worth it.
You are.
Don't ask for free. I got a lot of people that ask for free, and I've given a lot for free. And the Lord said, it is harvest season now, daughter, child of mine. So I said, okay, Lord, you said it. I got to be obedient, right? But I'm going to love on you. And I want to thank you, Tiffany, for putting me on your platform. Like I said, I usually am the one that interviews, but I have been invited to be interviewed in different platforms in the nation, in Chicago, local. And it's just a wonderful blessing to be a blessing. Yes. And not look at what's in it for me. I am blessed just knowing that there's a blessing coming out to you. I'm here to celebrate your victory. I'm not even thinking of mine. God is handling that one. And so let us celebrate your victory, small or big or whatever it is. And that was my message this morning on a quicker picker up moment. Let's live in the now. Yeah. Don't worry about yesterday. Tomorrow, let it worry about itself. Tomorrow may or may not come. We don't know. It's not promised. So what we have going on right now is what makes a difference for you tomorrow. What determines, is it going to be a good day or not day? You are the one to determine. Am I going to have a good day? Well, it's up to you. Right. Stop blaming other people. Oh, she got me so upset. Oh, she.
No, you got yourself upset.
Come on, you just allowed somebody else to control your emotions. Be in control of them, and don't let it control you. So it's all here and here, and it's time to make that change. So make sure that you get a checkup from the neck up, and smell the double dose of coffee. Look in the mirror. Positive affirmations. You wake up, you say, "Oh, I feel awesome." People say, "I'm not a morning person." My daughter says, "Mom, you're too loud. It's 6 a.m. Oh, I'm not loud enough. It's 6 a.m. I'm alive. I am great. I'm amazing. I'm awesome. I got a good day coming ahead of me. As I call it, a peak kind of day. I've had peak kind of days every single day. What is a peak kind of day? Positive, prayerful, powerful, prosperous, okay? Productive. What else with peak? Come on, give me another peak, right? So if you're not a night person or a morning person, it's because you did that to yourself. It is what you make of it. Yes. Life is awesome. Life is simple. Stop complicating it, and stop allowing others to do it too. So life is as good as you make it. So I make some lemonades every day. They hand me lemons. People talk about me. They backstab me. They always throw me under the bus, and they probably say, oh, here she comes. She thinks she's all that. Well, you know what? The Lord said, I am. As a matter of fact, I wish I had it. I wish I had a prop. There's a bag of chips, and my picture's on it, on the bag of chips. So yes, God said I'm all that and in a bag of chips, because God thinks that so highly of me. He thinks that highly of you. Stop limiting your thoughts. Stop living a limited life. You're doing that to yourself. I'm not all that because I am all that. I'm all that because God has done all that for me. He can do it for you as well. So live a limitless life. Not the sky is the limit. That's still limit. There's a limitless life. Stop waiting and depending on people. God said, don't lean onto your own understanding. Trust me with all your heart and soul, and he'll give it to you. I'm just saying.
Right. That's right.
I'm all fired up.
I know. And I just love it. I love it.
I love it. You know,
do you have any final words for our audience before we coming down to the end here? Words of wisdom. I know you've been encouraging and getting everybody on fire already this whole time, but
well, self-motivate yourself. You say you can't. You know, I'm going to say this to my Americans, to my Mexicans, to my Puerto Ricans. Are we Americans or are we Americans? Take the word can't out of your vocabulary, because through God, I can do all things.
Amen.
God is able. And he can do it for you. Just as you see me, I have had young ladies. I have a lot of 30-year-olds, spiritual children that God has put in my life. And they're like, Mama Eve, I want to be like you. Do you want to do the work? Because I'll show you how. You got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and put your heart, your soul to work. And believe me, you will be reaping the harvest as I am. I am no better than you. Don't kid yourself. There's greater in you than that's out here in the world. Greater is he that is in you than whatever's out here in the world. Yeah. Look in the mirror. That's greater right there inside you. Speak to what's in you and let that be what makes you. People don't make you. Titles don't make you. Our Creator does. And you have a greater purpose. And somebody right now that's watching me has been feeling bummed out, has been feeling like they're no good. Stop allowing that to get to you and shake it off and say, I am all that and a bag of chips. That's right. And I hope that you've taken nuggets from this. It's not about me. It's what the work that we've got to put forth the effort to do for somebody else. When you start helping somebody else, your problems become smaller.
Yes.
Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. That's so be that change that you want to see. Thank you once again to all of you that have watched. Thank you for your support. Tiffany, thank you so much for bringing me on your platform. Marisa, muchas gracias. Te quiero mucho. And everyone else, God loves you. And so do I.
Yes. Thank you so much, Eve.
God bless you. Be excited and stay excited.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for another Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine cover spotlight. This was with Eve Gómez. Amazing, amazing woman. Look out for her on the Own It platform with Ethereal Life. You're definitely going to want to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, go ahead and subscribe. Go to www.phoenixfitnessfanaticsmag2021.com. If you would like to be featured or on the cover, there's still 4 covers left, y'all. You can get on the cover as well. I would love to have you. Again, have an amazing, amazing day, and we will catch you on the flip side. Take care.